This week on Just Jason Keto and More, we're making some sweet and savory chocolate mascarpone chaffles. So stick around and we'll get started right after this. So for this week's recipe, for our mascarpone or mascarpone, let me know how you pronounce this, and chocolate chaffles, we're going to start off with 2 large eggs, and then we've got our 2/3 of a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, and this is about like 7 squares of this Lilly's creamy chocolate bar, and then I've got about a tablespoon of the mascarpone cheese here that we're going to add into it just to give it some creaminess. Now I chose chocolate as another ingredient for these because this cheese is known as being used as part of desserts, so I figured we give it a try, see how it turns out. So let me get set up and we'll get mixing. So we'll start with our 2 eggs, which I've started to beat up here, and we're going to add our shredded mozzarella cheese. Now again, that's 2/3 of a cup, just like a standard chaffle recipe. We are going with 2 eggs this week because we're adding more than just the 2/3 of a cup of shredded cheese. So usually when I'm adding anything else, I'll go up to 2 eggs just to help so they don't dry out, kind of thing. And the idea, or the sort of had some inspiration about using this mascarpone cheese was from a comment that I saw on one of my other videos that was using cream cheese, saying that it works well in chaffles too. So thanks for putting that comment on that video so that we can give this a try, because I'm always looking for new things that might work in chaffles. So we've got, again, there's a tablespoon of this soft mascarpone cheese, so we're just going to put it in sections like this, and then we'll start mixing that in just to get everything incorporated, and then we'll add our chunks of chocolate near the end, kind of thing. So it looks like this cheese is going to stay sort of in lumps, which is good with me. That creates nice pockets of creamy cheese in the chaffles when it's done. So let's get the rest of this off here. And that looks good. So what we'll do is we'll add in the chunks of chocolate here. Just give them a quick mix, just so everything's sort of distributed evenly in the mix here before we start cooking. And that looks good. So that's what the mix looks like when it's ready. So what I'll do is I'll get the Dash Minis all warmed up and ready to go, and we'll start cooking these chaffles. So now that the Dash Minis are all preheated here, we're going to start loading them up with our chocolate mascarpone mixture here. Now this is probably going to give us 3, maybe 4 chaffles, but we'll see what happens with that. Make sure we get some nice chunks of chocolate in there, and the soft cheese has mixed in with the egg and the mozzarella nicely. Again, we don't want to put too much in, or it's just going to start coming out the sides. Really, the idea here is just to try and get, some of everything into each chaffle so that you have, they all taste the same basically. One more little scoop on that one. And then we'll close these up, and they'll take 4 or 5 minutes. Once the steam stops, we'll know that they're ready. So we'll close those up and we'll be right back. So it's been about 4 minutes here. The steam has stopped coming out of the Dash Minis, so we know that the chaffles are ready. So open these up, nice and golden brown, and you can see the chocolate chunks throughout the chaffles. It smells like nice warm chocolate in here. There's a nice close-up of them. And what we'll do is we'll get these out of here and we'll let them sit on a wire rack to cool, just so they don't get soggy. And we'll get the rest of our mixture going here. We'll see how many chaffles we're going to wind up getting out of this. Yeah, looks like we'll get 4 chaffles out of this mix this week, which is always good. More chaffles is always welcomed. So we'll just get the rest of that mixture in there. Spread it over a little bit. That one might be a little small, but that's all right. It'll still taste good. So close these up and we'll be right back when these are done. So I think these 2 are done. So let's take a look. And yeah, nice and golden brown. A little bit small. Probably could have divided up the mix a little better overall, but we still got 4 chaffles out of this. So we'll set these 2 aside to cool off a little bit because they are going to be super hot right now. Put those on the wire rack and we'll be right back once they cool down and we'll give them a try. So our chaffles are cooled down enough that we can actually give them a try without burning our mouth on the molten lava chocolate that we had going on here. So these smell really good when they were cooking. They look nice and golden brown. You can see the cheese in there. I love using a soft cheese in chaffles. It really turns out well when you cook them. And like I said, it smells really good in here. So let's give these a try and see how they turned out. Yeah, nice and sweet and savory with that soft mascarpone cheese and the Lilly's chocolate chunks in there. So I'd say this is a winner and give it a thumbs up. Hope you enjoy the video. If you do, hit that like button, consider subscribing. We have another recipe video every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and we go live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern every Thursday night just to hang out and talk about keto. So that's about it for this week. We will see you on the next one. Keep on thriving, my friends.